Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another week of 3 Good Minutes. I'm Jen. This is Ryan. Those are the birds in the background. We are office created at Newmark, and this week we are going to be talking about what are you smiling at?
I feel like, I don't know, I'm kind of going to miss this aviary that we work in every single day. It's June. California opened up today. That's exciting.
They did. I don't know exactly what it means here, but they did.
Looks the same as it did yesterday.
I can get you a bird for your office.
I might want one. I've kind of gotten used to the sound. Yeah, let's do that.
We are talking about not birds, but what does the hybrid model really mean? We've talked to a lot of you about going back on a hybrid basis, and there seems to be general lack of consensus as to what that is.
Yeah, we've seen multiple articles in the last couple of days that some say they're going back once a week, some say 5 days a week, some say they're going to mandate their employees, others say that they are going to let them decide, and then over the next year they will work with them to make a decision, which feels like we're going to tell you to come back. Some say 3, 4, 5. Nobody really knows what it means.
So that's the whole episode. See you next week. Just kidding.
Happy hybrid, 3 good minutes.
But really, I think as we've talked about for months now, as we kind of re-enter and adjust to kind of whatever these new habits are that all of us are going to adopt, and as companies figure out what works best for them, as employees figure out what works best for them. I read an interesting article today that said, stop saying COVID is really over. It's not actually over. We are just going through what is hopefully the end of it, but there are still health implications, there are still travel implications, there are implications both locally and around the world. So I think as everyone starts to go back, it will be most likely different for people individually, people at the company level, and it's kind of just going to take some time to figure out where we all end up 12 months from now.
So I think one of the biggest benefits of 3 good minutes over the last year has been people ask us questions. For whatever reason, this has caused people to call us and ask us questions. And I always say, and you hear me say a lot, people have asked us this. It's true. And in recent weeks, a lot of people recent months, people have asked us, they'll call and say, what are you seeing happening as it relates to the hybrid model? And we're seeing everything across the board, and I think the answer is you are too, and that's probably why you're asking, because you're trying to figure it out. What we would recommend is, obviously working with us, but what we would recommend in working with us is actually allowing us to really survey you and understand what is best for your company, because what is best for tech company A is not best for law firm B or consulting agency C or whatever. So it just depends on your employees, what you're doing, the services you're providing, customers, whether they're coming in, what they're thinking, what they expect. If it's a Monday through Friday thing, you may have a very different answer. So when people say, what are you seeing? The answer is actually everything. So coming up with that sort of customized hybrid model is something that is probably going to have some starts and stops and probably have some trial and error over the next, I think 12 to 24 months as people start to figure out what their new normal looks like. And that's okay. We've had a lot of starts and stops in the last year and a half, and in a very different way, thankfully, we are in for some more in the next year and a half or so.
Yeah, and I think the key to all of that is, I think we said it a year ago, is communication. So make sure you're communicating with your employees, with your employers, and as long as everyone's understanding where people sit, it will be less confusing for everyone. And to your clients too. These are the days I'm in the office, these are days I'm at home. It shouldn't really matter from a work product standpoint, but communication is always key.
I also think, you say it a lot, but I think allowing people to maybe make some of their own decisions as they're figuring it out. We all have different needs now.
We're still in a gray area. Like I said, COVID is not over. Kids are not back to normal schedules. It's summer. Camps are all over the place. People are wanting to travel for the first time in 2 years. People are still maybe not vaccinated or have family members. I mean, wherever you lie on the spectrum, I think we're still just in this gray area. So it's going to take a minute to figure out. No one has the answers perfectly black and white today.
Really nailed the hybrid episode. I'm really proud of that.
Oh, good.
That was good.
I'm glad.
Solid work.
One good thing.
My one good thing this week. So.
Oh, don't cry.
It's so hard.
Okay, I'm going to need you to limit this to 20 seconds.
I coach a 9 and 10-year-old baseball team that has been sent us on an incredible run over the last couple of months. Lots of downs, lots of ups, and our season ended one game short of the World Series this past weekend in the bottom of the last inning, and it hurts my soul. But it taught me something that I think is important for this, which is it really re-energized me and taught me to believe in the abilities of people coming together and working as a team and believing in each other and not caring about what happened yesterday, but moving on and moving forward and coming at it with an energy that is new and refreshing, and just a bunch of 9 and 10-year-old kids just made me excited about life again, and it was pretty awesome. Go Dodgers.
One good thing. I'm Jen. Apparently I called myself Ryan a couple weeks ago. This is Ryan, and we'll see you next week.